Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the Xtremepower Mini Portable Compact Washing Machine. Alright, this is something that kind of ranks up there almost as a luxury item for a prepper or a survivalist. But if you live off-grid, or you live in a camper, or you live at your bug-out location, it's almost a necessity. This is the Xtremepower Mini Washing Machine. The model number is 83048, and I'm going to give you a look around it, and I'm going to show you what comes with it, and then we're going to discuss why we need it, and then I'm going to give you a demo. So, this is where you load your clothing in up top here. Okay? And it comes with a filling tube. This tube here will connect, one end will connect to your faucet, and the other end connects to up here. Or you can do like I'm going to do in the video here and just dump the stuff in, dump the water right in. And of course it comes with instructions. The instructions are, for the most part, useless, and plus it's pretty simple to understand how to use it. Now, why would you want something like this? Well, you know, like I said, it's a luxury item for a prepper or survivalist. If you don't have your food, your water, your communications, your weapons, all that stuff in place already, something like this is probably overkill. You don't want to buy something like this first. But it also is sort of like, I like to think of it as a force multiplier, because while I'm letting this do laundry, instead of sitting there with a 5-gallon bucket and a plunger or washing it on a wash rack, this is doing my work for me. Now, it's not a dryer. It won't spin dry. You do have to wring your stuff out. They do make units with a side little spinner for a dryer. But, I mean, you know, for it to wash your clothing, and I've already tested it once, and it does a really good job. So, for it to wash your clothing well, without you having to stand there and watch over it, it frees you up to do something else. So we're going to get into this and tear it all apart, but first we're going to talk about a little bit about hygiene. So you want to wash your hands a lot, you want to have a lot of hand sanitizer, all that goes without saying, but you also want to be able to keep your clothing clean. Now, this unit here will do up to 9 pounds of clothing. So let's say you've got 3 or 4 outfits that you've put aside, or 3 or 4 outfits that you're going to wear during an event. And by day 3, you're filthy. Well, all that filth on you can get into those cuts, can get into something else. Maybe you need to disinfect something from a situation. You know, you got blood on you or something. Something like this can really come in handy, okay? So, you know, washing your hands is pretty much a no-brainer. You're going to need to develop a plan for how you're going to wash your clothing, and this helps. Now, yeah, like I said, there are cheaper and easier ways of doing it. These units run about $64, $65, up into the couple $100 range. So, you know, you want to kind of think about cost to benefit ratio on it. And this unit will do 9 pounds of clothing. It weighs about 10 pounds, although it feels lighter to me. It is actually pretty light. It will hold 12 gallons on its high level and 9 on its low level. And it will wash, as I said, 9 pounds of clothing. So we're going to change the camera angle. I'm going to load it up, plug it in, and we're going to watch it work. Alright, so we got it set up and ready to go. The other day I washed my car, so I saved the rags from that. So they're good and filthy. So we're going to, first of all, I'll give you a look at the top. That's your water inlet. Let me make sure you can see this in the camera. Yeah, you can. And this is your timer. It goes up to 15 minutes. I'm going to do this for about 10 today and see how we do. I was amazed at how a simple agitation in this thing actually does get the stuff clean. I really didn't think it would work that well. So we're going to load this stuff in here today. And these are all a little dirty and damp. And of course I washed the car yesterday, and of course today it pours. Never fails. Anyway, we're going to throw this stuff in here. Now, they tell you in the instructions, and this is the only thing that I'd say the instructions are actually pretty much right on. Fill it up, pour in your water, and then put in your soap. You don't want to pour the soap in first. So let's see if I can do this without making a big mess. Now I'm going to take this up to the medium. This is also marked in back, on the back here, and it has a high and a medium level of water. And I'm going to add a little bit more water, so I'll be right back when we do that. Alright, got more water. Dumping that in. And there we are. Now, when they say 9 gallons of water is the low level, they also mention that includes the volume of your laundry. So we're right at 9 gallons now. And I'm going to take a little bit of this. I took a little too much. I'm going to take a little bit there. That's good. That should hold it. Wash my finger off. And then it's real simple. You close the top, turn the timer to where you want it to be. There's about 10 minutes. And it will do this back and forth. It'll rotate back and forth for the allotted time. And you'll notice the water will get dirtier and dirtier as it goes on. With this, it's pretty dirty already, obviously, because these were dirty car rags. And when it's done, I'll show you how we drain it and how I would wring out the clothing and go from there. All right, so the time is up. It's been 15 minutes. I'm going to take this over here and I'm going to turn this sideways. There we go. We're dropping it in there. You see the dirt it got out. I hope you can see that. That's dirty water. This is also good for, camping in RVs, and if you have alternative power. Right now, this is running on my solar bank, so the last 15 minutes, it just ran off that. So we're going to drain the water, and we're going to put some fresh water in to rinse it for another 5 minutes, and all right, we'll come back after that. I've run this stuff out as best I can, inside the machine. It's a lot cleaner than it was. I'm going to put some clean water in there and let it rinse for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll compare the water from the last stuff, because the last water was really, really dirty. So let's dump this in. And I don't fill it up as high when I'm having a rinse cycle. It's just for lack of wanting to carry out more water. There we go. So it's going to go for about another 5 minutes, and we'll come back and show you the results. All right, so the final rinse cycle finished up, and I'm going to empty it. And that water is much lighter. I don't know if you can catch it on camera. Let me see. Yep, you can kind of see what I'm doing. It's much lighter, I'll show it to you when it finishes, than it was previously. So it does work. The rinse cycle does seem to clean it out pretty good. I'm going to put that down. And start bringing the stuff out. Here's a good example. This thing was filthy, because I used it to put on the liquid wax on my vehicle. And it was a little dirty, you can see. That's almost like new, but this is a newer item, so it isn't as beat up as those. And it's fairly dry. I'm hanging this up and show you. That's the water from the second round. Not as bad. Now you're not going to get things, immaculately white in here, and it is safe to use bleach in here if you're cleaning whites. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased with it. Does a pretty good job. Does what it says. And remember, as I said, this is something that's nice to have. But if you don't have your food, your water, your gear, your bug out bags, all that ahead of time, don't waste money and time on something like this. Get that stuff first. So in conclusion, it's a good item. I have enjoyed using it. It works pretty well. It's definitely a luxury prep. It's definitely something that after you've gotten everything else squared away, I would feel comfortable with purchasing it. It's not something I tell a new prepper to go out and get. However, if you have your motorhome as your bug out vehicle, or if you have a off-grid cabin, perfect item to get. It's been running on solar and hasn't been a bit of a problem. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.